Hello and good afternoon, everyone. This is Jeff coming to you from Florida. As you know, I have a TikTok channel. I have about 23,000 followers right now. And also, a few months ago, I started a Discord page at the urging of all my followers. So they had an organized place to ask questions and get responses. And then it's also given me an ability to, let's say, bring to the fold a number of reports and AI assisted models that I have been developing over the years in my 25 years of trading. Just a quick background into me. I've been trading actively since 2001. It's when I went to work for a large hedge fund as their chief information officer and chief technology officer. And I had the pleasure and benefit of sitting next to a brilliant man who taught me everything I knew or have come to know about trading over the course of 15 years. I worked with them until 2015, then left in 2015 to become a consultant for a large international consulting company. And I worked with companies like Vanguard, Fidelity, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Standard and Poor's, Swift, Jeffries, etc., and shared my knowledge about trading and crafting products with those folks for a number of years. And then I retired last August of 2025, and since then I have been feverishly working on a number of reports that I developed over the years so to make them more presentable to the masses. And I do that through my Discord channel. Oh, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But let's just talk about buy and hold stocks and what it takes to become a buy and hold stock. Well, a buy and hold stock name clears durability features. It has to have a trend. It has to have a defiance to market trends, particularly SPY. It has to have liquidity, and it can't break down. And then it holds, and then we rank it by what we call a hold score. And then we also tell you whether to buy it now, wait for a pullback, or scale in, right? Which is very important. Timing is everything, right? And entry points are everything. So from there, what the report is not, all right? This report is a durable multi-month hold report. It's not for day trades. It's not for moonshots, right? And it has names with SPY down resilience. So what that means is these stocks defy SPY, right? Over 50% of the time. Actually, in this report, we don't list anything that doesn't defy SPY at least 60% of the time. So when SPY goes down, these stocks go up at least 60% of the time. And they trend above their 200-day moving average, which is very important. And they have a low relative volume to the market. And that's okay, right? But they're still highly liquid. What we have created is what I call a filtered watch list of survivors. It is not a precise score ranking machine, all right? It is not a gap scanner or a high beta chase list. We don't do that. I have other reports for that on the Discord channel. And the hold score ranks survivors, and the entry tells you when to act. I hope that makes sense. Right? So we have some hard gates in here. Right? Number one, we don't rank anything. Right? Nothing makes it in this list until it has at least 200 bars, basically 200 days of fresh history. Right? So, for instance, today is July the 26th. SpaceX would not be in here because it doesn't have enough history. Right? The price has to be over $10 a share. The volume has to be over 200 shares average per day. So we want stocks that are liquid. So you can get in and get out quickly, right? The close has to be above the 200-day moving average. It can't be too far above 200-day moving average because it would be overheated. The SPY defiance has to be over 60%, right? the 10-day return has to be flat or up. It can't be failing. And we say flat because it's okay for it to be flat over 10 days because it could have been coming out of a dip. Every stock cycles. Every stock goes up and it goes down. And sometimes they develop flat bases, right? The extension above, if the simple moving average is above 50 and it's more than 25% above the 50-day moving average, we exclude it because it's overheated. We want to wait for a pullback, right? You hear that constantly. Wait for a pullback. Buy in at the right time. So we help you do that. We tell you when, right? And we measure the average true range, and we have some other things here. I won't go into the detail, but they're more complex, right? Rest assured, we're picking the right stocks. So we have some pillars, and we score each one by its pillar. So we look for low volatility, number one. It can't be extended. We look for strong structure. So the 50-day SMA has to be over the 200-day, and the price has to be over the 200-day moving average, right? We look for SPY defiance. That's 20% of the score is based on SPY defiance, right? Long-term relative strength versus SPY. We look for the relative strength to outperform SPY, not only currently, but at 6-month and 12-month intervals. So these have to be long-term strong stocks. And we also look for something called persistence. We track the number of times that a stock has been in this report, all right? So if it has prior appearances in this report, it gets another 5% boost, right? So in terms of the volatility, extension, and structure, low volatility, we don't like spikes in ATR. We don't like prices that are extended. We look for a strong structure. We look for the 50-day to be over the 200-day. And we like to see it trade above VWAP. Right? And then in terms of defiance over the last 60 sessions, right? We want this to have traded above SPY. When SPY goes down, we want these stocks to be up. Right? So we look for a minimum of 60% of the time. Right? So the best part is when SPY goes down, there's a 60% chance that this stock is going up that day. Right? Very important. I won't go into some of the other things, but rest assured we have a lot built in. All right? And then we tell you when to get in and get out. So I'm going to pause the video for a second, and we're going to jump over to the Discord server and bring up the actual. Okay, so now we're over on the Discord server, the ManVsMarket server. And there are 2 memberships available to you. One is a free membership. Anyone can join. And every day at about 5 o'clock, you get our daily stock picks, which are, it's a recap of, out of the over 1,000 growth stocks that we track, what do we feel are the most likely to go up the next day? That's not a guarantee, because SPY has a major impact, and the futures have a major impact on whether stocks go up or down. Right? But the nice part is about our long-term picks, we only pick stocks that defy SPY at least 60% of the time. And that report, the daily stock picks, arrives about 5:15, 5:20 every day. And then every morning at about 9 o'clock, we have the overnight gappers, we call stocks that have gapped up and gapped down. So in strong markets, stocks that have gapped down or gapped up typically continue their rise during the day. This doesn't particularly happen in weak markets, even though they may gap up overnight. A SPY that reverses during the day can drag them right down. So you have to look at this as a curated list based on how SPY reacts during the day. Right? That's just the nature of it. And then if you're a premium channel member, which is only $4.95 a month, and that price is good until the end of August of this year. then the price will go up to $14.95 a month. And we're confident that you'll make $14.95 just on one trade on one stock. And we give you lots of opportunities to pick the right stocks from our curated list. All right. So I'll work my way down to the buy and hold, but just as a quick preview, we have a premium members chat. My trades, my name is Jeff, and I post my trades, my buys and sells. We have a premium daily stock picks. Not only do we have daily stock picks for the free members, but we have a premium daily stock picks. This is published in the morning, and it takes into account the gap ups or gap downs overnight. We have an accumulation distribution report. So if you're familiar with accumulation and distribution, this is a list of stocks that the funds are buying or selling. And of course, you always want to follow the big money. The breakout watch list, if there are stocks that we feel that we are highly confident will break out, we post those. And trust me, it's very rare that anything gets listed in this report because our confidence has to be over 82%, which is very strict. We have bounce back stocks. These are stocks that have dipped recently and are coming out of dips, all right? People say buy the dip. You know, there's a difference between a dip and a falling knife. Nothing gets included in this report if it's falling in price. It only gets included in this report if it has fallen and is moving back up, right? And you want to buy into strength when you can. Classic patterns. This is a great report. It shows stocks that have had a double bottom. It also shows stocks that that have had a cup and handle. And one of the other things that we put in there is the Mark Minervini pattern, which Mark Minervini came up with. It's called the volatility contraction pattern. So many stocks will contract in terms of volatility, and they typically lead to a breakout. Right? So we list those also. And Mark Minervini is a great person. If you don't follow him, you should on Twitter, or at least read one or two of his books, right? Which I have. We also have constantly rising stocks. Now, this is a great report. When we say constantly rising, we mean it. They were up today. They were up 3 days ago. They were up 5 days ago. They were up 10 days ago. And then we tell you whether they're overbought or not. Right? Now, one thing you have to be aware of, every stock pulls back. So there is a good probability that these stocks may pull back, especially after 10 days of rising. But we have seen stocks continue for 15 and 20 days sometimes rising, right? But, you know, this is a curated list. You do your own research. We help you out. Next is I call it the Minervini style power play. Mark Minervini has something he calls the power play. He has well documented it in all of his books. It's public domain knowledge. So we've created a report that produces that. We also have momentum stocks, sector rotation reports. Just remember, you know, when you hear about sector rotation, there's only 11 sectors, right? But there are thousands of stocks, right? But within sectors, what most people don't know is within sectors, there are called industries within sectors. We track each of those industries every day. We know when industries are moving up, which industries are moving down. And then we also know which stocks within those industries are moving up or down. And we show those to you, right? Tightening prices. Hopefully you're familiar with what's called inside days and tightening prices. Typically, as prices tighten up, that means that buyers and sellers are getting closer and closer to each other. And typically, as prices tighten, it is the sellers that are in control, right? And the buyers tend to diminish somewhat because they can't get their stock at the price they want, and eventually they give in. And typically, tightening prices lead to a breakout, right? Then we have defensive posture stocks, which I have detailed in another video today. And then finally, we have our buy and hold stocks, right? And I'm going to show you the buy and hold stocks. I'm going to pull up the report right now and show those to you. So this was generated today, the 26th of August, right, at 12:02 p.m. And here's a list of what we call our buy and hold stocks. Now, we tell you the entry also. Uh, uh, WELL is the ticker. It's a REIT in the healthcare facility stock, but industry. But it says wait. Wait for the 200-day SMAs. All right. We're waiting for it to cool off. Right now, it is 25.13% from the 200-day moving average. That's above where we want it to be. We would prefer to see it below 25%. So the answer is just wait. Even though it has an average true range of 2.0, it only varies 2.2% per day, and it defies SPY 73% of the time. We would prefer to see you wait a little bit. Now, you could go ahead and buy it, but just be aware, that it's above where we want to see the price in terms of versus 200-day simple moving average. Next is VTR, which is it's a REIT in the healthcare facilities. That says entry is okay, right? And it defies by 69% of the time. It has an ATR, an average true range of 1.96, right? It's only 22% from its 200-day moving average, which is just fine, right? So it's okay to go ahead and buy that one, all right? TRGP, right, which is an energy stock. It's in the oil and gas midstream in the energy sector, right? Again, we say wait, right? It's 28.6% from its 200-day moving average. So we would like to see it cool off a little bit, right? Next is EIX, which is a utility, and it defies by 65% of the time, right? It's got an ATR of 2.09, which is standard, which is good. It's only 21.3% from its 200-day moving average, right? And what's really nice is that we show you the relative strength versus SPY over the past 6 months and 12 months. These stocks have been beating SPY for a long time. Over the past 6 months, WELL has been beating SPY by 32%. Over the past 12 months, 41%. These are strong stocks, right? Here's another one, Wilmington Savings Fund Society. Now, this one's near and dear to me because my brother-in-law works for Wilmington Savings Fund Society. It beats SPY 60% of the time, 62%, right? It's only 24% above its 200-day moving average, which is nice, right? You can see how it's been moving over the past 1, 3, 5, and 10 days, right? And these are all the reasons why we like it. So I won't go through the entire list. If you want to see the entire list, all you have to do is join our Discord channel, become a premium member for only $4.95 a month, and you'll get access to the entire list. So I hope this has been helpful to you. The reason that these reports exist is because on a daily basis, I get over 100 messages, or either through TikTok or on my Discord channel, from people asking me what are the best stocks to buy long term. And this brings it right to their fingertips. They no longer have to ask me. They can go right on this list and find out what are the best stocks to buy long term. Right? So I hope this helps you. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great trading day tomorrow.